Say it with me. Stranger Things Season 5 will not be like Game of Thrones Season 8. What's going on, guys? I'm Chris, and welcome back to another video. So today I've got a Stranger Things Season 5 update, as the main editor has spoken about how this final season could play out, both the runtime and if they'll stick the landing or not. Before I get into this, though, be sure to hit that like button, comment your predictions down below based on these comments, and of course, subscribe and hit that notification bell to help reach my goal of 150,000 subscribers here on the channel. And as always, if you want to find some extra content, go the extra mile with support, you can join my Patreon. Any support over there truly does mean the world. So recently, the main editor for Stranger Things Season 5 shared some thoughts on the final season so far. He's quoted as saying, "It is bigger than anyone is going to ever imagine. Every season I've been on the show, I don't think it can get bigger, and I'm not only always proven wrong, but it always boggles my mind how insanely brilliant the Duffer Brothers are with coming up with new and crazier ways to do this." And this checks out with what other cast members have said about this final season. Jamie Campbell Bower was described as calling it bonkers. Now, he later said that that might have just been his Britishness, but still, it's gonna be a crazy season. But even in like the behind the scenes teaser for the final season, lots of the cast members were saying it's the biggest season yet and the world is expanding. And when you take a step back and think about it, that means he's saying that Season 5 is even bigger than Season 4 was. And Season 4 is not only the longest season in terms of runtime, but it was huge with regard to the upside-down set pieces, the epic moments, and expanded lore. So as we've been saying, as multiple cast members and crew members have said, this season's going to be big. Dan Zimmerman also commented on how the Duffer Brothers' whole mission is to stick the landing on this final season, where Game of Thrones controversially did not. They don't want to settle for anything but perfection. That's nothing but music to my ears, because as someone who watched Game of Thrones Season 8 weekly and was incredibly hyped for this final season, the letdown was real. It was probably some of the biggest disappointment I've suffered in terms of media maybe ever. I think The Last Jedi: Rise of Skywalker and then Game of Thrones Season 8, and a lot of that was right around the same period of time in my life, so I've been burned by conclusions before, and I'm really hopeful for Stranger Things to have a great ending. But with regard to Thrones in particular, I mean, my disappointment was almost immeasurable. I was buying in, drinking the Kool-Aid. The hype was just through the roof for that final season, and it didn't deliver. Now, it was 6 episodes compared to the 10 episodes of most seasons previous, with Season 7 being 7 episodes long. I still can't believe how rushed that finale was. I haven't gone back to watch the series finale. I doubt I ever will. But I believe Sean Levy's also quoted as saying the Duffer Brothers are obsessed with perfectly ending the show. So it's good to hear that the creators of Stranger Things, the Duffers, are still in love with the show that's their baby, essentially. They're not trying to jump ship and go start their next creative endeavor. They want to focus fully on landing the plane, sticking the landing with Stranger Things, which is what we need as fans. When you look at Game of Thrones, D&D were already looking ahead to Star Wars and other projects, and HBO wanted to continue Game of Thrones, from what I read, to like 10 seasons, every season being 10 eps, but D&D were like, no. David Benioff and DB Weiss is who I'm referring to. They were like, no, we want to get out of here, and they kept trying to, shorten the seasons because they were clearly burnt out on the show. That's polar opposite from the Duffer Brothers, who want nothing more than to have a satisfying ending for themselves, but also the fans, of course. Dan Zimmerman then goes on to say that you will have about the same amount, maybe a little more content than we did in Season 4. This might be the most shocking piece of news from this article, because Season 4 was 9 episodes long, and if you look at the outlines for Season 5, based on the Stranger Things writer's Twitter account, as well as a photo posted by Ross Duffer when he was outlining Chapter 8, it was the last episode. There's only supposed to be 8 episodes in Season 5, which is 1 episode less than we got in Season 4. However, that does not mean the runtime of every episode in Season 5 can't be an hour and a half plus. Like, to me, I would imagine that most episodes of this final season would be anywhere from an hour and 20 minutes to an hour and 45 minutes, with the finale likely being 2.5 hours, or even longer. It's the final episode of the show, and if you look at the Season 4 finale, the piggyback, it was about 2 hours and 20 minutes. So I wouldn't be remotely surprised if they go that route with hour and a half plus eps for all 8 eps. Caleb McLaughlin, who plays Lucas, was in an interview and said that this season is like shooting 8 big movies. And I firmly believe that to be the case. I mean, if you look at Season 4 of Stranger Things, it's basically the same way. We got 9 movies. They're all over an hour long. The shortest step is an hour and 3 minutes. And to me, this is just further proof that Stranger Things is not your TV of old. This is introducing a new era of television where we're getting movie quality TV. That's why we can't have a season of Stranger Things in the fall into the spring and then get another season in the fall like it's the early 2000s and we're watching CBS network television. This is high quality content, unlike anything we've seen from TV or movies in terms of storytelling. It's really changing the game, and Stranger Things is more than just a TV show. It's more than just a movie. It's a special event. So I'd imagine once season 5's out, you add up the total runtime for the episodes of season 4 with the runtimes of the episodes from season 5. Even though season 5 has less episodes by 1 ep, it could still be longer overall because the episodes could be an hour and a half plus in length. Even if season 4 is a hair longer by like 30 minutes, I'd imagine that the total runtimes for both seasons are within an hour of each other, even with season 4 having the extra episode on season 5. And who knows, season 5 could end up being 9 episodes. I recall the Duffer Brothers or someone behind the scenes saying a while back that when they were filming season 4, their intention was to have 8 episodes, but when they got to filming, they realized there was so much material they had to cover that they ended up stretching it into 9 episodes. That could be the case with season 5. Who's really to say? They could get in the editing room and say, hey, wait, let's actually make this into 9 episodes. They could do whatever they want, and I'm sure they'll let us know at some point down the line, maybe it's Stranger Things Day, but they're gonna do what they gotta do. All that to say, the Duffer Brothers' love for this show should shine through on the screen in season 5. They care so deeply for this show. They've poured their blood, sweat, and tears into it for like almost a decade now, and it really shows. They're not trying to jump ship and move on to their next creative endeavor like some other creators of a show that I might have mentioned earlier in this video. They want to deliver a satisfying ending to fans first and foremost. And to me, that's really what sets Stranger Things apart from other shows right now. The passion the creators themselves have for the show matches the energy and excitement that the fans have, which blends together to create this global phenomenon. I've personally never been more confident in a show sticking the landing. Obviously, I'm nervous, excited, anxious, all that stuff, but it's all positive. The Duffers are so obsessed with sticking the landing that I'd be genuinely stunned if they somehow messed it up. So yeah, it sounds like Stranger Things Season 5 is not going the Game of Thrones route. Hallelujah. And even though it's only supposed to have 8 episodes compared to Season 4's 9, it can still be longer in total runtime than Season 4 was. I've said this many times and I'll say it again, I don't think I've ever been this excited for a piece of media, period. I can't wait for season 5. But with all that being said, we are so close to Stranger Things Day. It's November 6th. As of filming this, it's October 17th. So the final countdown's on, folks. We're almost there. I'll have a Stranger Things Day final predictions video dropping sometime soon, so be on the lookout for that. But I truly do expect this to be the biggest Stranger Things Day yet. But that'll do it for this update video. Thank you guys, as always, for watching. Hit that like button, subscribe, and that notification bell, and of course, comment your predictions down below. I appreciate your guys' support, as always. I hope to see you at the Upside Down Con this weekend. We're very close, only a few days out. I cannot wait. But thank you as always for watching, and until next time, I'll see you on the other side of the Upside Down. And real quick before we get out of here, I want to mention that I recently did a volume 3 of my Stranger Things filming location vlogs. I live in the state of Georgia, and it had been a couple years since I had done one, so I went around to tons of different locations from the Creel house to Pennhurst. Even got to go to Hopper's cabin for the very first time and explore that. Got tons of footage and photos inside. I also have an update from Hawkins High School, so be sure to go check that vlog out if you haven't already. Had tons of fun with it. One of my favorite videos I've done in a while. So be sure to go check that out and stay tuned for my Upside Down convention vlog coming next week.